somehow this is a matrix, no, that we have a code letter A, E, I, O, U, X. So a code letter A, meaning the degree of closeness of that two department is absolutely necessary. Yes, hello everyone. Welcome to our discussion regarding the layout strategies, designing process layout. To be honest, this will be the last discussion on our topic regarding layout strategies and on the whole operations management. So this is our last topic, designing process layout. Actually, the last time that we have our discussion, that is the line balancing that is specifically designed for product layout. So for this time, we're going to talk all about the process layout naman. So let's start our discussion. So designing process layout. Actually, we have two here, no, under the designing process layout. We can design process layout by minimizing transportation cost or distances. And secondly, we can actually design a process layout through the closeness ratings. Okay? Okay, so let's start with number 1, minimizing transportation cost or distances. Let's have an example problem for this. So our problem is to assign the 3 departments, and their names are Department 1, Department 2, and Department 3 to locations A, B, and C, which are separated by the distances shown in the table below. So here's the table. Wala pala. The table is actually on the next slide. So in such a way that transportation cost is minimized. Okay, so for the heuristics, again, we're going to use heuristics here. So based on our previous discussion, heuristics is intuitive. So there's no specific set of rules na gagamitin natin for us to be able to solve this. More on intuition siya. Okay, so for our heuristics on this problem, assign departments with the greatest, take note guys, greatest interdepartmental workflow. Okay, so greatest departmental workflow. Ito po siya. First, to locations that are closest to each other. So that is our heuristics. Now, let's start our solution. First is we should rank the departments according to highest workflow and locations according to highest interlocation distances. Helps in making assignment. So ito po yung ating table. We have actually 2 tables. The first one is the interdepartmental workflow. So we have loads per day here. So from department 1 to 3 going to department 1 to 3. So department 1 to 2 is actually 30 loads per day. 1 to 3, they have 170 loads per day, while department 2 to 3 is 100 loads per day. Guys, this loads per day is somehow their interactions, their transactions. So kaya wala po tayo dito, no? Dito sa tatlong yan. Kasi it is just the same. So 2 to 3, ito rin yan, 170. 2 to 2, there's no 2 to 2, and there's no 3 to 3, of course. Same idea on the distance between locations. So this is in meters. So from location A going to location B, that is 20 meters. Location A going to location C, that is 40 meters. And location C, location B going to location C, that is 30 meters. Okay, so next is we should have the per trip, the distance and the department per, and of course the workflow. What is this, guys? Sabi dito, we should rank the departments according to the highest workflow and locations according to the highest interlocation distances. Okay? And actually, when we say loads, pwede po yan na ang mangyayari is highest ito, 170. Okay, so 1 to 3 for the load. So this is department pair. Department 1 to department 3. Workflow is actually 170. Okay? 170. Ito, workflow loads per day. 170. And next, based on this table, we have the 100 as the second one. So 2 to 3. Okay, 100. 2 to 3. That is 100. And next, we have 30 here, 1 to 2. Okay, so department 1 to department 2. That is 30 workflow. We are just ranking them, guys. Okay, for the trip, since we are talking about distance here, we are talking about distance. So, it will be better na pinakamaliit yung nasa taas dahil dapat yun yung pinaka yun kasi yung pinakamalapit sa kanila. So, location letter A to B, that is the smallest one. So, A to B, 20. So, location A to B, that is 20 meters. Followed by location B to C, that is 30 meters. Okay, B to C, that is 30 meters. And lastly, we have the A to C, which is 40 meters. A to C or C to A, it is just the same. Okay, 40 meters. Now, we can actually have now the final layout here. So, considering these are the 3 stations. As you can see, guys, the A to B should be close with each other. Okay? The A to B should be close with each other. And again, the letters are the locations. Okay? So, location, here we have the location A, location B, and location C. What we're going to do based on the problem, let's go back to the problem. We should assign the departments to locations A, B, C. Okay, now, we have here the locations A, B, and C. Location A and B is close with each other. So, 20. Somehow, this is correct. B and C is close to each other. 30. Somehow, this is correct. And A to C is medyo malayo na. So, ayun. Kaya meron silang pagitan na B. So, tama tayo the way on kung paano natin nilagay yung labeling ng ating locations. So, what we will do now is to have the department. Nasaan ba dapat yung department 1? It should be on the location A, on the location B, or on the location C. Where should we put the department 2? It should be on the location A, on the location B, or on the location C. Lastly, where should we put the department 3? It should be on the location A, location B, or location C. Now, guys, as you can see, the workflow for the department 1 to 3 is the highest, which is 170. Since this is the highest workflow, we should assign this on the smallest distance, and that is the smallest distance, 20. Right? Para yung movement nila, malimitahan natin. Ma-minimize lang natin for us to be able to maximize our energy, to maximize our time, and any other resources involved. Okay? So, meaning to say, department 1 to 3 should be placed on the location A and B. Okay? But this is a trial and error. Again, we are just having a heuristics here. So, 1 to 3. Ayun yung itsura. Let's see kung tama tayo. Itong department 2 to 3, second workflow sila. So, if ilalagay natin dito si 2, pwede for now. Okay? And that is the second distance. Now, for the 1 and 2, konti lang yung transactions. Okay? And it is just enough na medyo malayo sila dahil bihira lang naman sila mag-transact. Konti lang yung transactions nila. Okay? So, kumbaga yung transactions nito hanggang dito is just 30. This one is actually 170. And this one around 100. So, we're done. No, this is our final solution. No, the department 1 should be on the location A. Department 3 should be on the location B. And the department 2 should be on the location C. That is final. Okay. Now, if the cost per meter to move any load, so we don't know what the load is, but more likely on a general perspective, it has a cost of moving is $1 daw. Okay, compute the total daily transportation cost for this assignment. So let's have this, no? For the department, we have here Department 1. Okay. So, for the Department 1, number of loads between Department 1, between Department 1 to 2, that is 30 loads. Okay, so 2 to 1 to 2, that is 30. Okay, and that is placed on location A. Alright? That is the Department 1. Nasa location A siya. Okay, and for the distance, which is 1 to 2, that is A to C. Okay, the distance A to C is 40. Okay, so let's have C here, which is 40. So, load times distance. Okay, load times distance, that is 30 times 40. Okay, 1,230 times 40, that is 1,200. Next, this is dollars, no? And, times 1 pa actually ito, times 1 pa, pero dahil 1 lang naman, di natin ilagay. It's up to you if you wanted to have the 1. Next is yung 1 to 3 naman. The interaction from Department 1 to 3. Workflow is 170. So, 1 to 3. Okay, 170. Still, this is location A. And that is on the location B. Okay, which is 20 yung distance. So, location B, which is 20. So, here we should have here 170 times 20. That is equivalent to 3,400. Okay, so 3,400. And next, we have now from 2, Department 2. Okay, so Department 2. Going to the Department 3. Okay, which is 100 yung kanilang workflow. So, Department 2 to 3, 100. And the Department 2 is located on the C. Okay, pero if you'll check po, pwede na nating i-skip muna ito for for a while. I-skip muna natin to and this will be 3. Bakit ko siya in-skip? Dahil po, pareho lang sila eh. No, para may lagay sa C. Pero if gusto niyo i-diretso dito, pwede rin naman. Tanggalin niyo na yung last na row. Same lang po kasi sila. So for the number 3, again heuristics po kasi for number 3, no, 3 to 2, that is 100. Ayun din yung ilalagay eh. 3 to 2, that is 100. So islagay natin dito, no need na. Dito na lang yung sa location na part na dapat dito sa taas, which is B. Okay, location B. And going to location C, which is 30. Okay, 30 ang ang distance. Okay, so C, 30. Okay, now, 100 times 30, this one, 100 times 30, this is equivalent to 3,000. Okay, so 3,000, which has a total of 1,200 plus 3,400 plus 3,000, this is 7,600. So, meaning to say, at $1 per load meter, the cost for this plan, ano yung this plan, no? Ito po, no, itong planong yan, ito yung pagkakatabi-tabi nila. The cost for this plan is 7,600 per day. Okay, so that is for the first designing process layout na technique, which is the minimizing transportation cost or distances. Okay, so next we have the closeness ratings. Okay, closeness ratings actually uses the Muther Grid, and this is what you are seeing right now with departments 1 to 6 and the code and the degree of closeness. So somehow this is a matrix, no, that we have a code letter A, E, I, O, U, X. So, a code letter A, meaning the degree of closeness of that two department is absolutely necessary. Okay? Kailangan na itong dalawang department na to magkatabi. Okay? Ano yun? For example, you're having a pantry. Okay? Pantry and CR, comfort room. So, dapat malapit yun sa isa't isa. Okay, hindi naman pwedeng itabi mo ang comfort room sa mismong office of the president. Comfort room ng lahat, di ba? Office ng president, hindi pwede yun. Somehow, dapat meron siyang bukod sa loob or at least malayo. So, ayun yung sinasabi nito na with the code A, absolutely necessary sila. For example, Department 1 and 2, kung titignan ninyo, yung connection nila is letter A. Meaning, kahit anong gawin mong layout, dapat magkatabi itong dalawang department na to. Hindi mo dapat sila paghiwalayin. Same with our Department 2. Okay? I hope nakikita nyo. Department 2 and Department 6. Ayun, letter A sila. Okay? So, dapat magkatabi rin sila. Department 3 and Department 5 dapat magkatabi rin. Okay? Absolutely necessary. Okay? When we say code E, very important. No, not the level of A, pero ito, at least parang secondary, dapat magkatabi. If hindi totally magkatabi si 2 and 3, at least malapit. Ayun yung tinutukoy ng letter E. For I, important. So, medyo gitna na lang ito. Important. O, ordinary importance. U, unimportant. Hindi importanteng magkatabi sila. For example, this Department 1 and Department 5, unimportant. No, hindi naman importanteng magkatabi sila. Ito yung mga department na konti lang yung interaction with each other, no, na bihira lang sila mag-interact. Lalong-lalo na itong, tatandaan nyo itong code X, okay? Undesirable. Okay? Ano po ito? Itong mga undesirable. Ito, guys, yung mga departments na hindi sila pwedeng magkatabi. Okay? Never ever na, dapat hindi talaga sila magkatabi. For example, ano ba? Yung welding area, dapat hindi yan katabi ng stockroom ng mga papel. Okay? Yung welding area, dapat yan katabi ng stockroom ng mga papel or ng stockroom ng mga gas or ng mga any flammable. No? Dapat somehow medyo malayo sila. Malayo talaga dapat. Dahil matamaan lang, di ba, ng bidiyab na. Something like that, ng mga warehouse ng plastics. Dapat medyo malayo yung welding area dyan. That is undesirable. Guys, among all of these codes and degree of closeness, the most important, if you are having a location, a layout, if you are developing a layout, the most important here are these two. The letter A and the letter X. Dapat pag sinabing A, magkatabi sila. Pag sinabing X, magkalayo talaga sila. Okay, yung gitna, hindi nagaano. By the way, guys, this Muther Grid is developed by Richard Muther. He is an American industrial engineer who developed the Muther Grid. Yung in-explain ko kanina. And a faculty member at MIT. So, meaning, he is a professor at Massachusetts Institute of Technology. So, if you don't know what MIT is, it is actually one of the great academic institution in United States of America. Ito po, no, I got some pictures of MIT on the online, over the net. So, another idea or another knowledge about this great man, Richard Muther, is that he developed fundamental techniques used in plant layout, material handling, and other aspects of industrial engineering. And this man is also known as the Mr. Systematic. Okay? So, let's have the reason now for each assignment. Kung titignan ninyo, yung ginawa ni Richard Muther, na Muther's Grid, of course, meron tayong mga code and degree of closeness. Now, this has the reasons for each assignment. Si A, bakit siya 1, is that they use the same equipment. Ito yung reasons, but this is not totally only the reasons. Pwedeng may iba pa. No, for 1, bakit siya yung A, bakit siya 1, is that they are using the same equipment or they are transacting physically from time to time na mas madalas, no? E is number 2 because they share the same personnel or records. I is equivalent to number 3 because they required sequence of workflow. O is 4 because they needed for ease of communication. U for 5 would create unsafe or unpleasant conditions. Ano ba yung U? Unimportant. No? Unpleasant conditions kapag nagtabi sila. And X is 6, similar work is performed. So, aside sa similar work is performed, yung nabanggit ko kanina, na dapat magkalayo talaga, may reason before, no, that is still considerable, just like this one. Halimbawa, ito, similar work is performed the guardhouse. Sobrang lawak ng ano nyo, no? Sobrang lawak ng lupa ninyo, ng planta ninyo, and you are developing a layout. You can actually have 2 guardhouse dahil meron tayong two major gates, no? Yung dalawang gate. Hindi naman pwede pagtabihin mo sila because they are having a similar work. So, dapat magkalayo talaga sila. Okay, so ganun po, no? Ganun ang reasons for this assignment. So, example problem tayo. Assign the 6 departments in the figure below to a 2x3 matrix of locations using the heuristic rule. So, our heuristic here is that we should assign critical departments first. Again, what are the critical departments? When we say critical departments, guys, these are the departments na merong A and X ratings. Okay, when we say critical, these are the departments with A or X na ratings because they are the most important. Okay, now, this is the given. Okay, so critical pairs of departments should be listed. They are those with A or X, just like what I have said a while ago. So, let's have it here. So, yung mga may A links, ilagay natin dito. Ano yung mga may A links? Here. Okay. 1 to 2. Okay. Next is 1 to 3. Next is Department 3 to 5. Okay. Department 3 to 5. Next, we have Department 2 to 6. Okay, so 2 to 6. Next, we have Department 4 to 6. Letter A din siya. 4 to 6. And lastly, we have Department 5 to 6. Okay, so they should be close with each other. And yung mga X links naman natin, so our X links are, we have here, this is Department 1 to 4. Okay, Department 1 to 4. Next, we have 3 to 6. Department 3 to 6. Okay, and lastly, this one, Department 3 to 4. Okay, so those are the A links and the X links. Just like what I have said before, no, ang pinaka-importante is the first one and the last one, the A and the X. Okay, next, nagagawin natin. Form a cluster of A links beginning with the department that appears most frequent. So, ano dito? Yung pinakamaraming lumabas. 1. 1, 2. Dalawa lang. How about number 2? 1, 2. Dalawa rin. How about number 3? 1, 2. Dalawa rin. 5, 1, 2. Dalawa. 4, isa. 6, tatlo. 1, 2, 3. So, if we're going to do this, form a cluster of A links beginning with the department that appears most frequent. We should have the number 6 dito. We should start with number 6. And of course, that is connected with 4, with 5, and with number 6 eh. 2, 4, and 5. Okay, so 2, 4, and 5. This one, and this one. Okay, so let's write it here. Dito tayo mag 2. Okay, and we have here 5. Okay, now, ano po ang goal natin is 2 by 3. 2 by 3 matrix, something looks like this. So, 2 by 3. Ganito ang itsura ng layout dapat magagawin natin. 2 by 3. Okay, next. Take the remaining A links in order and add them to this main cluster. So, take them in order. Ano yung naiwang A links? 3 to 5. Dapat na connected si 3 to 5. So, yes. Saan natin pwede ilagay si 3 to 5? Kasi, connected si 3 to 5, dapat malapit. Pero dapat daw kasi, malapit din si 1 and 3. Okay, malapit din si 1 and 3. Paano natin gagawin yan? Pwede yan. Kasi si 1 and 2, i-connect natin sila kay 2. Pakita nyo, ito oh. Connect natin to kay 2. Si 1. Ayan. Tapos, si 3 naman, nakakonect din kay 1. Tama? Ayun, nakakonect siya kay 1. Okay, so dito si 3. Para at least malapit tayo doon kay 5. Okay po, malapit tayo doon kay 5, si 3 and 5. Somehow, okay na tayo dito. Nagiging okay tayo. Again po, there's no exact rule sa ginagawa natin. Pwedeng yung technique ko is iba sa technique mo, pero we should come up with almost the same na location. And yung intuition ninyo on how you have your rationale, bakit mo nilagay dito yung department na yan, bakit ito dito, dapat at least nasusunod yung heuristics rule natin. Okay? And next, if we're going to check, no, somehow okay na, no, nagiging ayos na tayo. Kasi pwede mong i-move tong 5 mo dito, katabi to, tapos ito sa baba. So, nagiging 2/3. Okay? Next, graphically portray the X-link. I-portray daw natin si X-link. As you can see, the common here is 3 and 4. So we can start with 3 or 4. So for me, I will go to start with number 3. So start I with 3. Connected daw siya kay 4. Okay? I know. Dapat daw hindi siya connected kay 4. So for that guys, our symbol, lagyan natin ng dalawang ganyan. Dapat di siya connected with 4. And hindi rin dapat connected si 3 kay 6. Okay? 3 not connected with 6. And also 1 not connected with 4. Nasaan yung 1? Ito. So let's check. No? Let's check. 3 not connected with 4. Dapat malayo. Ito. 3. May dadaanan ka munang isa, 5. Bago ka makapunta kay 4. Okay na yon. Okay? Okay tayo sa part na to. Si 4 dapat malayo kay 1. Si 4, may pagitan siya ng 6 at 2. Okay na rin yun sa ganyang style natin. Si 3 dapat malayo siya kay 6. If dito man si 5 sa baba ng 2, si 3 sa baba ng 1, si 4 sa baba ng 6, malayo si 3 tsaka si 6. So, okay na rin ito. Okay, so next natin, let's observe that as it stands, the cluster of A-links also satisfies the X separations. No, nagtutugma na sila. It is a fairly simple exercise to fit the cluster into 2/3 arrangement. So, ano ang magiging itsura? That is 1, 2, 6 sa taas. Let's have it here. 1, 2, 6. And 3, 5, 4 sa baba. Okay, so 3, 5, and 4. So, let's check again. Sabi natin, based dito, 1 to 2, dapat malapit. Check natin. Tapos, ititignan natin kung nasasatisfy ba natin. 1 to 2, malapit. Okay, magkatabi. So, okay yan. 1 to 3, malapit. Ayun, magkatabi rin. Okay din yun ulit. Okay, 3 to 5 should be near with each other. 3 to 5, ayun, magkatabi. Okay din ito. 2 to 6, ayun, magkatabi. So, okay yan, no? 4 to 6, let's see, ayun, no? Magkatabi rin sila, taas baba. Okay din yan. 5 and 6, dapat daw malapit din. At ayun, no? Di man magkatabi, pero ano sila, tawag dito, patayagonal, no? Dikit pa rin. So, 5 and 6, okay yan. Dapat daw si 1 and 4 malayo. So, 1 and 4, malayo, totoo naman. Next, 3 and 6, malayo sa isa't isa. 3 and 6, ayun, malayo. And si 3 and 4, malayo. Ayun, may pagitan silang 5. So, note guys that the lower level ratings have also been satisfied with this arrangement. Even though no attempt was made to explicitly consider the E and I ratings. Dahil sabi ko nga kanina, hindi naman na ganun ka-importante si E and si I. Ang importante dyan si A and X. Okay, naturally, not every problem, take note po on this, not every problem will yield the same result. So it may be necessary to do some additional adjusting to see if improvements can be made. Dahil as IS, we are always open for improvements, keeping in mind that the A and X assignments deserve the greatest considerations. If you're going to consider the E and I, which is based on our Muther Grid, ito sila, no, yung mga department 2 and 3, somehow dapat daw magkatabi, which is dito, pwede naman. No, if you're going to consider it, baka hindi mo na kasi makuha yung optimum na layout. And sabihin ko nga, ulitin ko nga, the codes that have the greatest consideration should be the codes with A and X. The departments with codes A and X. So this will be our final answer. And that's it, guys. Thank you for being with me on this topic. I hope you learned something and I hope you enjoy the Muther Grid. No, and that is the topic, designing process layout under layout strategies. And thank you for being with me on the whole operations management topic. We are done now. This is the last discussion under operations management subject. Thank you guys. Hope you learned something on the whole semester and on the all of our topics actually. Okay, so keep safe always. See you soon, everyone. Goodbye.